everybody. I didn't do a Flosstube last week because I did the Lego video, or the Lego knockoff video. I still have 3 more of those to do. I think that one was only about 10 or 15 minutes, so the others shouldn't be much longer. They have a few more pieces, but not like terribly many more. So I'm going to show my progress for this week. I only worked on 2 things. I decided to not work on that temperature saddle anymore. I picked it up yesterday and I got my 2 colors and I did like 4 stitches and I was like, you know what, I don't enjoy this. Personally, I think it's ugly. I get the concept and I see a lot of people's online and theirs have, more colors. Mine is nearly all green, and I don't like green very much, and the fabric is so small, and I don't think I'm going to finish it. It's just over here on the side of my desk in a pile, and I think it's just going to stay there. I'll decide what to do with it eventually. I cut the piece of fabric that was for it off of the bigger piece, so I have the rest of the fabric. I could just throw that away, throw away the little piece of floss I've cut, and move on with my life. But I have decided to not really have a theme, but kind of have a plan for April and May for my stitching. In April, I want to call it all of the finishes. I haven't finished a cross stitch. I've finished one thing this year, I think. It was like 2 little smalls that I started that had probably less than 150, 200 stitches. But I haven't finished anything like even medium size in probably a year. So I have a bunch of things that are mostly done, or they're very small, so they don't have a whole lot left to do. So I want to I'm going to put away my big projects that I'm working on, and I want to try to finish all these little things in April. So all the finish is April. And in May, I'm going to go with the May the 4th be with you for all of May. I have 3 Star Wars projects that I will show you. One is started, maybe halfway done. I don't really know. I haven't looked at it in a while. And the other 2 are kits that I haven't started yet. So we're going to do all the finishes April, and then May the 4th be with you May. So that's cross stitch plans, and I'm going to show you my whips in a minute. I did not work on the Marines at all. All I have left to do is fill in the braid around the outside. Then I have to finish the back stitch on the center. Now that I'm doing the back stitch, I wish I would have just gotten a new piece of fabric and just started over from the beginning, because the back is so matted and just so full of threads, because I don't know what the person did that started it, but it is just so thick and matted, and I think I'm gonna have to get actually a thicker needle to be able to ram through all the layers of bound up thread. But it's almost done now, so I'm not going to start over now. But I really wish I'd have thought to start it over at the beginning. Plus, the pattern has been folded and unfolded and refolded so many times that a lot of it has come off at those seams, and they highlighted, which I highlight, but I use really light colors. They used an orangey red color, and because it's a Xerox copy from 1985 or 1984, so when they highlighted or used a marker or whatever on it, it pretty much just took the black ink with it. So there's a lot of spots where I'm just guessing, really just guessing as to what the back stitch is supposed to look. Obviously, I know the outside is supposed to be back stitched, and then there's the anchor and the world and the eagle and the chain or rope. So I know where things should be, so I should be able to figure it out, but it's just, that is gonna definitely be the part that takes the longest. I also have some new journal covers I made. I'm going to show you my coloring for my other channel. I have to do another video for that channel today. I also bought some book related stamps to use in my journal, and I redid the pages of my reading journal where I was writing down which books I'd read, and because I was using those dual tip pens and it was just kind of yucky looking, and then I made a mistake when I was doing it the second time, but I'm not redoing it again. So that's actually on the other side of the room, so I may go grab it. But let's get started. So this is my Year of the Dragon. It is How to Train Your Dragon. So I filled in the rest of this block, and then now this is the tip of his wing. There is still more over here. This is where his tail is going to be. It's over here, but this goes over, and then this is Hiccup's face. So I have a piece that goes down here, and then I could do up here, and then I'm going to have to move the hoop. This is like my biggest hoop. It is gigantic. But it's one of the ones that has the notch and the bump, so it holds really tightly. I don't think it's a Nurge or whatever that company is that makes the square ones. I actually don't know where these came from. Possibly Hobby Lobby, because I have a couple of different sizes of these. This thing has corroded over the years. I think I've had these about 10 or 15 years. And so this thing only goes so far in and out, so that's kind of a mess now. I could probably take the screw and everything out and go to Home Depot and get new screws and washers and stuff. I just haven't bothered. So here's Jack. All of the black on Jack is done now. So all the black is done. This is my last little piece here that I finished the little bit that was left over here. So I went back to doing the pink down here. So I want to fill in all this pink, light pink, and then go over here and finish the dark pink, and then finish all of this light pink, and then probably move the Q-snap and do his hat, because it's the darker pink, and then this is like an even lighter pink here. I thought about doing this part in actual red because it's a Santa hat, and then this is shadow. But then I was like, well, where do I stop or where do I start? I was like, you know what, I know it's a cheap ripoff picture, so I'll just do it the way it's charted. All of this background is going to be so horrible to do. This is all big chunks of color of this stupid light pink that I'm sure is probably actually supposed to be white. And this is probably supposed to be gray because it's a shadow. But I haven't seen like the actual picture this was stolen from. I'm sure I could find it somewhere, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Pinks everywhere. I'm sure it was red and white and probably gray. Oh, I have another thing to show y'all also. So for my all the finishes, the first thing I pulled out was this guy. And the reason I pulled him out to start working on is because he was already on this Q-snap. So I didn't have to really do much. He had his thread colors pulled. The whole picture only has two colors, black and this gold color. And here's what it looks like. It'll look like when it's done. This little spider is supposed to be stitched, but I have buttons that I bought for something else. So I'm going to see if I have a button that'll look good right there when I'm done with the broom and the web, rather than stitching it. And if I don't have one that looks good, then I'll stitch it. But and this is their finish, was on a finishing board from somebody, I don't know. This is from the Halloween 2021 of just cross stitch. I made a copy of it so I could, you know, draw on it, or so I could highlight it and not mess up my magazine. So I have, so this is the end over here, and over here we have the foot, and then the tail, and then the broom, the foot, and then the tail, and then the broom, and the spider web. So this one doesn't have a whole lot left to do. So that'll probably be the first thing I finish. And in, oh, hold on. Alright, so in the pouch with it was this bunny ornament. So, our Easter house by Brooks Books. This is an old pattern, 2005. So yeah, that's an old pattern. So here's all the floss. I didn't have the actual colors of floss, so I didn't have most of them, so I just picked floss. And I'm doing it on paper. So this is where I am. Not very far. This is the entire outline. There's some other colors here, and then here will be the little chimney. And there's actually, on top of the chimney is the butterfly, and the butterfly is actually a separate piece. So I'll have to find another piece of paper. Actually, it'd probably be cute to do the whole chimney as a separate piece and make it 3D, but I don't know. I'll have to find another piece of paper. I don't know if I don't have another piece in here, so I must have put the piece somewhere else. Also, there's 3 flowers. These 3 flowers are separate pieces, and actually, looking at the pattern now, it looks like the butterfly is not supposed to be a separate piece, but obviously I don't have room for it, so it'll have to be a separate piece. And then the 3 butterflies are separate pieces. I don't know that I will finish this, but we'll see. I started it last year when I was in a challenge group that I quit because it made cross-stitching not fun. Then this one is a bigger piece, and it is mostly done. So it's the Wicked Witch of the West that I actually started when my husband and I were supposed to go see The Wizard of Oz in theaters for Judy Garland's 100th birthday. It was on a Sunday, and he had a heart attack the Thursday before, and ended up in the hospital and having another heart attack and getting a stent. And so he was supposed to get out of the hospital on Sunday, which he did. So I canceled our tickets and got a refund, and he was so mad at me. But this is how much I have done. So there's the top. And I don't have a picture. All I have is the pattern. But it looks like, let's see if I can look here. 10, 20. I've got about 25. Oh no. Never mind. I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I have about 55 rows left. And some of them go pretty far. They go way past what's on here. So it's going to probably go almost to the edge. So I have another 55 rows. This is 14 count. So it'll probably go almost all the way to the bottom and almost all the way to both sides. But it's just all black, and it's just ding, so hopefully that one will be easy to finish too, because it's just a bunch of rows. I may do that one second because it's just more black, just back and forth. Or I'll work on these. I have several Quirky Quakers. I have I have 3 that are finished. The unicorn. And I did mine all in variegated floss. And they're all done on the same fabric, even if the fabric really doesn't match. Because I bought this fabric and decided that they were all going to match that way. So here's Nessie. And the bat. So those are the 3 that are finished. Then I have, which one is this? This one is the raccoon. So I have the frame done for the raccoon. This is the Yeti. No, Bigfoot. I did Bigfoot. I did him in earth tones. There's a blue version for the Yeti, but I decided to do mine in earth tones, so it's the Bigfoot. And then this one is the skunk. Not the skunk. This one's the fox. So it's orange. Foxes are kind of orangish. So I have 3 more to finish. And then I think that's all I have 2 more, because I have the ladybug and something else that are printed like actual patterns that I bought. All of these were digital. And then I bought the ladybug from somebody, and then I bought another one, I think. Maybe I just bought the ladybug. So those are the things that I want to try to get finished in April. And then May is going to be May the 4th, be with you. So I have a start on a Star Wars piece. And it is from this book. I bought the Star Wars cross-stitch kit. It was a box that came with this book that has 12 patterns in it. And then it also had a piece of fabric, or 2 pieces of fabric, and floss. Oh, here's some more. Oh, this is plastic canvas. Oh, there's a baby Yoda in here that I was going to do on this plastic canvas. It looks like I have all the colors pulled for it. Surely not. That's a lot of colors. Maybe. I don't know. I may have colors pulled in here, because I also did Adult Yoda, and there's a lot of green in here, so that may have been from Adult Yoda. But here is Darth Vader. So I still need to finish his head, and then he has his robe and his feet. Did his red lightsaber. And he's in the book. Let me see if I can find the picture in the book. Let's see. Darth Vader is on page 40. I made a copy and blew it up because, I mean, this is how big the book is. So you can imagine how small the pattern is. The pattern is about the same size as this. So I am just below here. So I have all of this plus a little bit more head. But once again, this is just back and forth black lines of stitching. So if I finish all my other April things, I may start on this early, but I don't know that I'm going to finish all my April things. So this is the black that came in the kit, so that's what I'm using. It came with black, red, and I think a green, maybe not. No, black, red, and yellow, and white, because here's the red and the white. Yeah, and then, yeah, it came with these that are on these spools. So, I don't know where the red is. But anyways, so that's that. And I know you're not supposed to store things on hoops or whatever, but when I was in the cross stitch challenge group, you know, you're constantly changing weekly for the challenges, so that's why a lot of stuff just stayed on the hoops. So both of these kits came from Hobby Lobby. I know a lot of people don't like Hobby Lobby because of their values and whatever, and their CEO runs his mouth and whatever, I don't care. They're still a corporation. They're still, you know, a company, and they still have employees, and unfortunately Michael's cross-stitch section sucks. And the last time, like I said a couple weeks ago, the last time I was at Hobby Lobby, theirs did too, but I have this one, and it comes with everything, the hoop and everything. I'll probably put it in this hoop and get it centered and probably just stitch it in that hoop and not move it. So this one is basically a full coverage. It's not a very big full coverage. It's a 6-inch hoop, so it's not very big, and it doesn't come with much floss, so. And then this one, you can pick, it has all these characters, which is actually why I bought it, because it has all these characters, and you just pick who you want on your team. So I gotta decide who I want up here, and then stitch this one, and this one comes with everything as well. I'll probably just put it in the hoop and not move it. I'm probably going to do Leia, Han, Chewie, and R2-D2. But I don't know. I may do Leia, Han, Chewie, and Darth, because look how cute Darth is. And Yoda's pretty cute too, but I already stitched Yoda. I did also stitch a Darth already, and I'm not a huge Obi-Wan fan. And, well, that Luke is just, he looks like Link. But look at Chewie. I don't know if there's room to stitch 5. It doesn't look like it, so if not, I would do Han, Leia, R2, CP3O, and Chewie. But I definitely want to do Chewie, and I want to do R2-D2, so then I just gotta figure it out. I may do Chewie, R2, and C3PO, do the 3 sidekicks. But we'll see. So that's really all the cross-stitchy things I have. And let's see. So this is the picture I was coloring for my other channel. I did this one first, and then I did this one, and then I'm going to do these two. And just do them all in the same color scheme. This picture is from Dover Publishing. It came in one of their newsletters. Just a free newsletter they send out every week. So these are the stamps I bought. So this one right here is the one that I wanted. It's the stars. So I have it mounted right now on this little block because I was using it already. And because I inked it, you can actually see it. So it says book rating. And some of these others are cute. I have one that looks similar to this, but a little to-do list. And this would be cute on like a bookshelf if you do the bookshelf reading logs, and then just all sorts of things. I haven't used any of the rest of these. I might. One that says love this book, must read. That was a good read. Read this, skip this, new book. Now this one says date started, date finished, so that's cool. Let me grab my book. So I went back and redid my pages, and these are the ones I messed up on because I didn't leave room in between the date and the review for the stamp like I did on the previous pages. See, on these it's a little better. And then I just colored in how many stars I gave it. I did finish Divine Rivals and Follower of the Flowers since my last video. So Divine Rivals, I started off, I thought it was like World War II, but it's not. It's like another, you know, alternate universe kind of thing where people are fighting, and the divine is the gods. And it ended on a horrible cliffhanger. The book itself was very predictable, but it ended on the kind of cliffhanger that makes me mad because it's super predictable and it's going to make the next book just heart-wrenching or awful. It could be either one. Follower of the Flowers is the follow-up to the Name Bearer. Still hate the main character. Starting to hate some of the side characters as well. Don't like the story as much anymore. Like, it's really dragging. And there were like 3 stories in this one that all kind of work together to meet up to the like pivotal moment, cliffhanger, you know, story projecting or propelling moment of the book was the last chapter. So now there's going to be a 3rd damn book. So hopefully someone has taught the narrator how to properly pronounce simple words. I understand that maybe English is not her first language because her accent and the way she says all of the Spanish words is beautiful. But simple words, someone in editing should have said, this is not how you say these words in English. This is the correct pronunciation. Let's go back and re-record some of these parts where you said these words horribly wrong. But I still gave this one a 4 versus the other one got a 3 because the story moved along quite rapidly. We moved along, we got all the way across the country and all the way back. So, we made new friends. We made new rivals. Friends started hating each other. People died, which when you're trained as warriors, your whole life is war, people are gonna die. Sorry, it's sad. We hate for people to die. No one wants to lose their friends. But you literally are warriors. That is your whole life. You gave your whole life to being warriors. It's gonna happen. But so far, I have listened to 3 books and I've read 4. So I think I said 40 by the end of the year. This is the 3rd month, or we just came into April, so I've done 7 of 40. So That's like a sixth of them, so I think that's pretty good. I still have not read any more on God Killer. I really need to read that one. I don't have any library books out right now, so I probably need to start reading on that one again. On my ABCs, I filled in F. So I have B, D, F, G, J, N, and W. So some of them are probably going to be harder than others, like X. I don't think I've ever read a book that started with X. I may have to just find one. Q, maybe something with Queen. Query, I don't know. We'll have to see. But I haven't added any more books to my want to read list, even though I do have 2 TikTok videos saved that I need to watch and write the books down. But that is what it is. Speaking of books, so I make journals, covers, and then I've also been using KDP, Kindle Digital Printing, I think is what it's called. I don't know. To put artwork that I have onto journals, and I have the insides and everything. So I've made like 6 or 8 of them. It's a simple process, but it's a little time consuming also, and it's really boring. So I bought 2 of them so that I could see what they look like. Like, what is the quality? Is the paper decent? What do my insides look like? What am I, because I bought the template to make the inside. So what do the insides look like? Do they look okay? Are they too skinny? Do I need to add more pages? So I bought the hardcover because they come in softcover, hardcover. I need to buy soft covers. About 2 hardcovers. One is lined and one is dot grid. Now, I know we've all heard like horror stories about Kindle digital printing and all the KDP and print on demand stuff. So this is one of them. This one, the front is not too bad. There's a mark, like a shiny mark here. And then you can see it on the back. Let's see if I turn it. Yeah, see, there you go. See that? I don't know if that's from rubbing against the other one in the box, because there was nothing in between them. It was just them 2 in the box and they were rubbing back and forth. But this is the dot grid. So the inside's pretty good. There's maybe a little more space around the edges than I would like, but I think the dots are fine. I'm not a dot grid person. This is how thick it is. It's like 100 pages, so I don't think that's bad. The spine is a little loose, which is kind of crummy for a new book. And then this is the lined one. So this is what the picture looks like. So we got this huge smudge here. And then there's a little one and there's a couple little other ones on the back. But this is the front of the book. I mean, look at that. And then this one, or was it this one? Oh, this one, like all the, like the black is rubbed off. So there's like white showing through. And I chose the black and put my picture on it. Like, black was the default for the book. You can make it any color you want, but that black was the default. But this one, I don't like these insides. That's my fault. I don't like the way it looks. Let's see. Like, I don't like the way that looks. But if I kind of bend the pages a little bit, do you see those black lines? That is because as you go back, see how close the printing gets to, let's see if I can. So if you look here, there's a decent amount of space here, right? But if I go back here, like this one, it's printed all the way to the edge of the paper. Like, it's crooked. Why? Why does it do that? And so as it's like it got more and more off as it went back. So I don't like this interior. I'm probably not going to use this interior anymore. I'm probably going to switch it to something else. But just this, like, I put this graphic on here. I made this interior. I put this out in the world. And then Amazon's going to send it looking like this. Like, every one of them's going to get a refund. Well, I wasted my time making this if Amazon's going to send crap. But that is what it is. This video is already 35 minutes long, so I am not going to show my new journal covers that I made. We'll show those next week when I probably don't have as much to talk about. If you made it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. If you have any questions, just leave them below and I'll try and answer them. But YouTube doesn't always tell me when somebody comments on one of my videos. So hopefully I see your comment if you comment. Thank you and have a great day.